What does it mean that Ripple now controls less than 50% of XRP holdings? Why Ripple is going to explode? And Ripple brings NFTs to the XRP ledger? What are the details? Stay tuned till the end of the video to find out. Welcome back XRP Army. Let's grow the XRP Lab community by pressing the like button and subscribing to this channel to stay updated at all times. Ripple Labs has released its analysis for the third quarter, which uncovered the fact that the entire quantity of XRP holdings has dropped below 50%. This has never happened before in Ripple whole existence. It is a first. It is important to note that Ripple only manages 4 of the more than 130 validator nodes that are presently available on the XRP ledger. Brad Garlinghouse, the executive of Ripple, made an announcement about the news on Twitter. Below 50%, a huge milestone. For 10 years, Ripple has focused on using XRP and the XRPL within our products for its speed, security, and scalability for the movement of value. As more customers use XRP in their payment flows, it is clear there is real utility here. Ripple's unusually high holding of XRP currency has been called into question by a number of opponents in the past. These critics have said that doing so gives the business power over the XRP ledger. The XRP ledger uses federated Byzantine consensus to validate transactions, add new features, and secure the network, which means that each validator node gets one vote regardless of how much XRP they own. Ripple refuted the allegations by calling them false and stating that the XRP ledger uses federated Byzantine consensus to validate transactions, add new features, and secure the network. Ripple has come under fire on many occasions for being accused of controlling the availability of its asset. Due to the significant degree of centralization that XRP has, there are others who believe that it should not even be considered a cryptocurrency. What do you have to say to that? As a result of its widespread use and innovative banking application, XRP has become a popular subject among cryptocurrency traders and investors. Let us take a look at the growth drivers for Ripple and why it will boom in 2022. Since its inception, Ripple has had phenomenal growth and widespread support from financiers. As the worldwide payment network for financial infrastructures, this one-of-a-kind cryptocurrency functions as both a payment platform and a local currency. Because of its superior characteristics, Ripple has established itself as a cryptocurrency of choice. The forecast that Ripple will burst in 2022 is supported by a number of factors. You may see some examples of these below. To begin, Ripple was founded with the intention of facilitating faster, cheaper, and more convenient monetary transactions. The native coin of the Ripple network, XRP, may be utilized as a go-between for several currency exchanges. It facilitates the transfer of value between fiat currencies and digital ones. Ripple was able to make significant progress in a short amount of time. It debuted in 2012 and has since shown consistent growth, reaching a record high of $3.84 on January 4, 2018. With a market worth of $35 billion, Ripple is now ranked 8th on Coin. While it may seem that Ripple is an alternative to the established financial system, it really complements it to help it evolve. Ripple is still widely used as a medium of exchange for international payments. This is a major factor in its continuous upswing over the last several years. Since the beginning of the year, Ripple has engaged in various collaborations, which have contributed to its expansion. It has teamed up with major corporations to promote the widespread use of its native currency, XRP. Second, unlike other cryptocurrencies, Ripple's primary goal is to reduce the fees associated with sending money between banks. The Ripple network is capable of processing millions of transactions each day, but each one is settled on the blockchain in a matter of seconds. Each transaction charge is low. On the Ripple network, the lowest possible transaction fee is 0.00001 XRP. Ripple has successfully worked with some of the most prominent institutions in the world of Bitcoin thanks to its quick cross-border transactions. Ripple, thirdly, is a permission ledger that relies on regulated institutions like banks to authenticate financial transactions. A transparent ledger known as the XRP ledger is one component of the Ripple network. It is a public, distributed, electronic ledger that operates independently of any one person or organization. It is a decentralized network where anybody may connect with anyone else, unlike blockchain-based systems. In addition, there are 3 primary offerings from the Ripple network. Xcurrent, Xrapid, and via simple bank-to-bank money transfers are made possible via the Xcurrent. It competes in part with the antiquated SWIFT communication system. It facilitates a more rapid resolution of international monetary transactions. For the benefit of commercial and financial entities, Xrapid makes use of XRP as an asset. XRP is used as a medium of exchange between currencies, making it possible for large sums of money to be transferred across borders. XVIA uses cutting-edge blockchain technology to facilitate access to banking data for enterprises engaged in international money transfers. The Ripple blockchain stands out from the crowd because of its unique construction plans. Tokens representing fiat cash, commodities, and cryptocurrencies are all compatible with the Ripple blockchain. It serves as a foundation for a variety of other measures of worth, including mobile minutes and frequent flyer miles. Ripple's innovative method allows for quick, low-cost, and completely risk-free international money transfers of any amount, regardless of location. The fourth distinguishing feature of XRP is that it uses a novel consensus process. It strengthens the security of the network as a whole by verifying all of the accounts and their transactions. The anti-robustness principle is another way XRP Ledger, the consensus validation method, improves trustworthiness and safety. Because of this built-in safety feature, the Ripple network is very safe to use. It will finally prevent any threats from entering the network. Ripple is expected to see explosive growth in 2022 due largely to the fact that it is very scalable and secure. With all of this in mind, will XRP explode? Furthermore, Ripple has added NFTs to the XRP ledger after a year of research and testing. XLS20, the norm for XRP ledger NFTs, was just activated on the mainnet, as Director David Schwartz announced earlier on November 1st. In order to introduce digital art to XRP ledger, this milestone was accomplished with the help of the XRPL community as well as developers working for RippleX, who carried out thorough testing and addressed issues. Engineers at RippleX have added a useful new functionality to the XRP ledger, and it has several applications for NFTs. Due to the use of a no smart contract strategy, the NFTs on XRP ledger is more secure against attacks and bridge hacks. As a result, this not only helps to alleviate the congestion but also helps to reduce the cost when compared to other chains. More NFTs can be supported at reduced costs with XLS20, and developers may make use of auction functionality and an efficient storage mechanism, share in the proceeds of secondary sales on the XRP ledger with the original minter, or even co-own NFTs. Standardized royalty enforcement is also included into the ledger, which is a feature that producers and artists would appreciate. The artists will get a portion of the money that is generated from the trading of their NFTs, as a result of the automated royalties. With XRP Ledger, developers will be able to provide token minting and sales authority to a trusted third party. In light of Ripple promotion of XLS20 as the NFT industry transparent and long-term solution, a poll was held to evaluate community interest in the upgrade. During the voting process, people of the community voiced many concerns. One user raised the possibility that, in addition to the higher transaction prices, the additional network stress might lead to the failure of individual XRP ledger servers. Another user expressed worry over the prospect of minting new NFTs and concurrently converting massive collections of NFTs. The chief of Ripple, David Schwartz, has dropped hints about other libraries and improvements coming to XRP ledger in regard to tokenizing assets. Meanwhile, Ripple will reach out to other players in the sector to see if they are interested in collaborating. And RippleX testing of the new functionality will continue in the meanwhile. The Chief Technology Officer has urged the community to learn about this new function and create apps using XRP Ledger. It has taken a whole year to formulate this strategy. David Schwartz presented his ideas for the future of NFTs on XRP Ledger in November of last year. Can we expect a shift in the price of XRP as a result of this? What do you think? Subscribe and give us a thumbs up. Also, make sure to comment your thoughts on XRP in the comments section. Thank you so much for watching. And before you go, there are 2 videos waiting for you at the end of this video. Make sure to watch those. See you in the next video.